No nonsense gin drinking. All gin, no nonsense.
Hello gin lovers, welcome back. I'm Bobby Freeman and this, as far as I'm aware, is the only gin channel to come to you from a non-heated studio, hence I'm still wearing the coat. However, my friends, today I am so excited I almost can't feel the cold because this, my friends, let me introduce you to Silent Pool Rare Citrus. And many of you have watched my show way back at the beginning. Might remember I reviewed the original Silent Pool gin, and it still remains one of my absolute favourite gins. It's just absolutely exceptional, and I've always got a bottle on the go. And can we just take a moment to appreciate the beauty of that bottle? Look at that. When I spoke about the original Silent Pool, I think I said it was so attractive I wanted to take it upstairs and spend the night in bed with it. Well, judging by the look of this one, I think I'm going to take it home at the weekend to meet my mother. So let's not mess around, my friends. Let's crack on with it, shall we? But before we do, I need to thank another one of my subscribers who has joined my wonderful Patreon. So thank you very much to Mr. Stefan Foisey. You are a gentleman, sir, and I salute you. So then, let's see what they say about it on the old website, shall we? So you might be wondering to yourself why it's called Rare Citrus, and it literally is because they use extremely rare citrus fruits from very weird and wonderful ones, and we're going to go into them in a moment. Silent Pool Rare Citrus Gin uses some of the world's rarest and most intriguing citrus fruits. A naturally distilled and masterfully blended spirit which balances bright and zesty with subtly sweet and blends enticingly rich with delicately spiced for a refreshing and distinctive and beautifully aromatic gin. Which all sounds very well and good, but they don't actually tell us any of the citrus fruits they're using in there. So I went onto a different website, which is called Master of Malt, which is like a mail order sort of booze website that we use here in the UK. And they give us a little bit more of an insight. So here we go. They say that inside this zesty tipple, you'll find Buddha's hand. Now, straight away, I was like, what is that? And I looked it up, and it's hard to describe. The best way to describe it is it's sort of a cross between a lemon and a squid. So if you imagine kind of a very sort of small lemon on the top of it like that, a bit sort of the size of a lime, and then these kind of tendrils or tentacles like that, and it looks a little bit like, I wouldn't say it looks like if it was a hand, it was more like a sort of an alien's hand rather than Buddha's hand. But yeah, the best thing to describe it is, look it up, but you'll see for yourself, but it's essentially like a lemony squid. We also have Seville orange in there. We all know what an orange looks like, well, most of us do anyway. As well as Natsudaidi. I'm almost certainly pronouncing that wrong, but apparently that's a hybrid of an orange and a pomelo. And lastly, a Hirado Buntan, which again is another type of pomelo. And another thing I really, really like about Silent Pool is they have a glass cork or a stopper in there. If you can see that in there, it looks absolutely amazing. They don't make a cork sound, unfortunately, but apparently, I believe you just sort of push it. Yeah, you just push it forward like that, like a gear stick, it just pops open. So let's get it in the old, look at that. Isn't that an absolute thing of beauty? I don't know why that pleases me so much, it just does. So then, it even feels lovely in the hand. I think we could just sort of do a whole review, not even tasting the gin. The bottle's just so awesome. But we won't, my friends, we shall be tasting it, don't you worry about that. Little twist there, beautiful clean pour. Right, let's have a little sniffeth of this chap, shall we? So, my friends, I tell you what. Oh man alive. Okay, let's calm it down for a second. The smell has barely even graced the hairs of my nostrils, and it just sent me to heaven. We could just stop, honestly. Oh, and he knocked it over then. We could just stop the review now, and I would just be happy having just a couple of sniffs. That, my friends, is just delectable. It's, how do I describe it? It's so much fruitiness and citrusness. It's almost thick and creamy with it. Isn't that a weird way of describing citrus? But it's almost it's concentrated so much. It's you feel like you can almost pick the essence, like scoop a big smell of it out and just flop it on the desk should you want to. It's kind of sort of citrus as you know it, but with kind of loads more layers added, a sort of a huge lumbering depth to it. So let's not mess around too much because I am so excited to try this one. Let's get some, marry it with the old tonic, and I'm going to try this one neat as well a bit later. I always say that, I never do, but I'm definitely going to try and remember to do it this time. So here we go my friends. Get the old tonic in there. I'm very much, I hope it's not one of those gins. I'm going to put a tiny bit more in there. I hope it's not one of those gins that is all smell and no taste. Well, maybe not all smell and no taste, but sometimes I've had a couple where the smell completely misguides you and you sort of takes you a different way. But anyway, I'm blubbering. Blubbering? No, I'm not blubbering. Gabbling, I'm gabbling again. So we're not at home to a gabble on this show. So let's just shut me up by putting this gin into my mouth, shall we? So here we go, my friends. Silent Pool I don't know why I said it like that. Silent Pool Rare Citrus. I say to my friends, cheers. Holy cow! Oh, shit! God damn, gin lovers, viewers, subscribers, and whatever else you might describe yourself as that is something special. How can I describe it? Imagine a herd of galloping citrus fruits stampeding their way towards you across the Surrey hills and just filing into your mouth and just thundering around in there in an absolute sort of hail and dust storm of sweet citrus and fruity and juiciness. And that gets you somewhere, I think, near the kind of the sensations that this gin delivers. There's sweetness and juiciness and kind of sharp little bites and stings as well. It's like there's a party and everyone's gone crazy. It's like lockdown and coronavirus has just been defeated and everyone has got together for a big party and they're just letting loose, letting their hair down. There's firecrackers and all people chucking stuff about, and this is another bizarre metaphor, but you get what I mean. It's just like a wildfire of flavors. Honestly, it's just so like multi-layered. You've got this sort of right at the top, these sort of like sort of big stingy, sort of sharp, almost sort of scratching, sort of citrusy, sort of like a spiciness to it, I suppose. Yeah, a bit of a spiciness. Not overpowering, just little spikes of it, I would say. They're kind of at the top of the taste sort of bracket. You go down to the middle and it's all luscious, sort of, I'd say orangey, but kind of a bittery kind of orangey, but a perfect balance of bitter and orange. But at the base, you've got this beautiful because the one thing I loved about Silent Pool, the original one, was they used honey as one of the botanicals, and I think honey is a really underrated botanical when it comes to gin. Not many of them have done it, but I honestly, that's the thing what really sort of turned me on to them in the first place, this little beautiful sweet lick of honey. And that is kind of right down at the bottom, the core of it, giving everything this just a vaguely sweet essence. You have to be careful with sweetness in gins because you sort of, otherwise you're roaming into the kind of the novelty fruity gins, but they just do it expertly, and oh god damn it, I love it. This gin should actually come with a warning on it. This is dangerous because once you start this, you're going to be finding it very, very difficult to stop. Whew, okay, and relax. Try and calm it down, Bobby. Put the top back on, step away from the gin. I'm going to put it over here just for safety at the moment, just so I don't get carried away. Let's just sort of rein it back in for a second, my friends, and let's talk about how much this sort of sensation is going to set you back, shall we? Now, you're probably thinking to yourself that, you know, Freeman's really sort of waxing lyrical about this, even more so than he usually does. So this is going to be, you know, some spectacular price, some absolutely crazy through the roof price. Maybe on a par with that crazy Ant gin that was £200. Well, my friends, you would be wrong, because I can tell you, I'm very pleased to impart the knowledge that it is actually, what the hell is it? I've written it down, but oh, there we go, I was looking at the wrong bit then. As organised and controlled as ever on this show. So I am pleased to impart the knowledge that it is £37, which is right beautifully under my top bracket for the smaller distilleries, which, to give you an idea, is around about $50 or 41 euros. And I tell you what, I am happy, I am ecstatic and infinitely enthusiastic, and in fact I insist that they charge that much, because that is definitely worth it. I'd have been happy to pay up to my top bracket £40 for the smaller distillery. They are getting sort of more sort of worldwide. I think they're sort of they're enjoying a sort of wave of success at the moment. I don't think they currently oh dear, pardon me. They don't currently ship to other countries, but I'm pretty sure I've seen it in other countries. Not this one perhaps, but certainly the original one. So keep your eye out for this, because it's coming your way very soon. And if you are a gin lover, and I can only assume that you are if you're watching this show, then you have to get some of that on your shelf. So guys, what a video today. And I think it's worth saying that, you know, Silent Pool, as I said at the beginning, Silent Pool had really, really set the bar very, very high for themselves with this one. So I was almost sort of ready to be disappointed, because I sort of had this on the shelf for a couple of weeks ready to go. And I thought to myself, I was bigging up in my mind. I kept looking at it going, oh, I can't wait to try that, can't wait to try that. So it was such a difficult thing to achieve for it. It's, you know, when you expected something to be really good, like the sequel of a movie, you're looking forward to it so much and it's never quite as good as the first one. But all credit to them. And if you're watching this Silent Pool, because they did watch the original video, you guys, honestly, you have got something very, very special, and it's a truly wonderful product you are pushing out there. So I would say don't stop, keep doing what you're doing, push it out worldwide, because, you know, a lot of people watch this show from like 70 different countries, so they're going to be wanting this. There is going to be a market for this everywhere, especially as it has now got the old Freeman seal of approval. So great work, guys. In fact, I haven't said my catchphrase for a while, have I? The people at Silent Pool Gin, I say to you, keep up the good work. Whoo, blimey, I think I'm going to go for a lie down after that. But while I do, guys, as always, as I always say on the show, please, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, press the little like button on the video if you liked it, and of course the bell icon so you get notified when all my new videos come out. And if you want to support the show like good old Stefan Foisey did, head over to the old Patreon page or click the old join button below the old video. But until next time, guys, you all know the drill. Take care, stay safe. Thank you to all my patrons and members, and keep drinking the gin. Oh, that was a hard salute today. Ow, ow, ow.